yield about 200 you. It only will yield about a 2% over that period of time, but it will, you know, it will provide some serious stuff when it gets going. So there we go. It's just an interesting period of time. And for everybody out there, um, you know, for everybody out there, we are basically in a rally. Looks like the S&P has moved over 3,000, and that's a major milestone because that is a resistance point. And if it does keep on going up, then we're going to see, just a lot more strength out there. So it's just a very interesting thing that's going on. Um, the S&P is over 3,000. We seem to be in a strong rally. And by the way, for all those listening on TikTok, I'm going to show you the slides, and they're available on YouTube. It's www.youtube.com/Dallas Trading Floor if you want to see the slides that I'm showing, or on Twitch. I'm actually live on Twitch right now, which is amazing. I just started that. So hopefully some people out there are interested in more than just video games. Maybe they're interested in making some money in the stock market. So hello for everybody out there. I've got some exciting stuff for you today. By the way, I just wanted to put out there that this is an aside. This is not actually a stock market thing, but something I'm pretty excited in, and that is we are going to see we're gonna see a launch tomorrow for to the space station. So that's something it's very, very exciting. I have a question here for RJC56. Looks like we're in the last leg of this reflex rally. SPY got up momentum until 321. Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. I think we're in a reflex rally. Hopefully, this is going to be the last leg up because I am getting ready to short, but I'm not short any of my positions right now. I'm currently only in 3 stocks. 3. Can you believe that? I'm in Nvidia, which I've done very well on, Facebook, and Tesla. That's it. Amazing. Uh, that's where I am. So that's kind of the thing. On my slide on YouTube and on Twitch, SQQ, absolutely. I wouldn't be in the SQQQ right now. Just not a good time. Sit on the sidelines. Now, if you do want to play the index and you don't want to play the spider directly, there is a way to play it, and that's called the TQQQ. It is the companion to the SQQQ. The SQQQ shorts it, and for lack of a better word, the TQQQ longs it. Basically, it longs it basically at a multiple, 3-time multiple of where the market's going. So that's that. If you want to play it long, that's the way you can do that. You don't level, but right now it has moved past 300. That is a major level for this, and it looks like we're going to be, at least for right now, in a rally. So I'm very excited about that. Can you find what we are doing? Well, what we're doing basically is I'm only in 3 stocks currently. I'm in NVIDIA, and I'm also in PayPal, and this morning I actually entered a trade on Tesla, which is interesting because tomorrow, as you know, Elon Musk is going to be launching at Cape Canaveral, and we may be seeing, well, boy, I got a little problem with my it looks like my, well, looks like the end of my my tripod there. My tripod just gave out. Man, I'm telling you, some of this equipment from China is just not cutting the mustard. So hopefully we can get it set up here. Sorry about that. There we go. Huh, okay. Well, let's see if that will work better. Wow, sorry about all this technical difficulty. I just had a leg break off my Chinese my Chinese tripod. It just broke right there, right in front of me. So hopefully, yeah, that's a little better. Not the greatest, but hopefully a little better there. Wow, I didn't expect that to happen. It certainly did, as you can see. I'll hold this up. It just broke right off. Wow. Okay, so much for that. So much for that tripod. Anyways, thanks for thanks for bearing with me on that. Wow, okay. So hold on one second. I'm just going to go get something that's so you can look. You can see my mug better. 1 second. I'm back now. Thanks for thanks for bearing with me. Wow. Okay, so here we go. Now I think that's better. Wow. Can you believe it? My tripod just broke in two. It's amazing. I mean, it had a little aluminum leg, and it just broke off. It just, oops. Oh, it's not good either. Okay. Oh, geez. There. Wow. Bad news. There we go. There we go. That's a lot better. Sorry about that. Host is away for a second. Tell you, not so good. Not so good. Well, we got a backup. We always have a backup. That's always a good thing to have. Anyways, so hopefully you can see me now. There we go. A little better. All right. So I just want to go over a few stocks that I'm watching now, and I possibly may buy them. As I say, the only stock that I'm currently in, I'm only in 3 stocks. I'm in Facebook, NVIDIA, and Tesla. But the first one up on the list is KLA. I don't know if you're familiar with this company, but back in the day, this is many years ago actually, when I was but a auditor in Silicon Valley, this was one of my clients actually when I was at Price Waterhouse. It's called KLA-Tencor, actually KLA now, and they make semiconductor equipment, and they are absolutely a great company to look and watch because they have you know, the world is gonna crank, and it's gonna restart production, it looks like. And of course, semiconductors and everything, and this company sells to all the semiconductor manufacturers. They're up 650 today. Definitely want to put it on your watch list. It's 99, a composite rating of 99. Why do I pick these stocks that are at the very top? Well, because here's part of my trading strategy. I tend to like to trade stocks that are very, very strong, because strong stocks beget strength. And that's why I like to trade stocks like this. But this is at 179.50. KLA-Tencor Core, just want to possibly put it on your list. It's a great stock. And I may be in this stock. I'm currently not in it, but it is extremely important in the manufacturing of semiconductors, which are basically in everything. So it's definitely something you want to look for out there. The next stock on the watch list today is in the buy zone, and it's my old-time favorite. I was out of the stock because I got called out of the stock last week. What I mean by called out of the stock, well, I had an option on it, and the option was exercised, so I sold. This is PayPal. Why do I think PayPal is such a great stock relative to the other financials? Everybody on CNBC, and there's a lot of great people on CNBC, they're certainly make a lot more money than I do in terms of, salaries and stuff. But they're all saying, buy the banks. Well, the banks are great, but I don't think they're the future. I think the banks in some ways are the past. And PayPal, though, I think is the future. Why? How many people out there, raise your hands, have a PayPal account? I have one. I've had several PayPal accounts. I use PayPal all the time. I don't need a bank. I have PayPal, and they're the future. And at 147.69, I think they're going higher. I really do. Now, they have a composite rating of 97, which for a financial stock is stellar. Because I guarantee you that even JP Morgan Chase, which is the best bank out there, doesn't have that high a composite rating. So if you want to be in the financials, think about PayPal. Think about PayPal. Oh, can you get on Periscope? Absolutely. Well, actually, I can. Let me see if I can do that. Let me just check. Let me move over to Periscope here. See if I can do that. Thanks for putting that up. All right. So I'm going to move off of Twitch, and then hopefully I'm going to come in here on Periscope. So let me see if I can go on Periscope. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully here in a second I'll be on Periscope. I'm currently on YouTube, but let me see if it lets me edit here. Okay. Well, tomorrow I'm going to be getting Apple equipment, so that will be a good thing. So let me go here to Periscope, and let me see if I can come on to Periscope. Remove that one. Okay. And then still dealing with technical issues. Ouch. Okay. Well, I want to broadcast too. All right. Okay. Well, God darn it. Okay. I want to remove that one. Okay. Sorry about this technical difficulties. Hopefully I'll be able to get past this in just a second. Okay, great. And now I'm going to go on to, there we go. There we go. Okay. I'm going to go back, and I should be now on Periscope. So thanks. There we go. I'm on Periscope. Almost. I'm on Periscope. Great. Okay. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. What's the website you broadcast to? Well, I currently broadcast to YouTube, and that's www.youtube.com/DallasTradingFloor. And I also am on Periscope, and that is pscp.tv/DallasTradingFloor. And I'm on there right now. So hopefully you can pick that up. It seems to me I always have better luck broadcasting to Periscope. For some reason, they just do it better at Periscope. So I don't know what it is, but I think that they're doing something right. I wish I could get as many people that know. I wish as many people knew about Periscope as know about YouTube, but who knows? Who knows about that? But anyways, back to the back to my monologue here. PayPal is definitely one you want to look at. Now, I'm going to show you another stock that should be on your watch list. And then I'm going to show you the trade I make, and then we'll go right to questions. And this is a CAN-SLIM stock. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, there is an investing strategy which I adhere to called CAN-SLIM, and it was invented by by O'Neill, who is the publisher of the Investor Business Daily, and it is truly one of the great systems of all time. And they have what's they call CAN-SLIM Select, and this is an old favorite of mine. This is Cisco. Now, Cisco has been left for dead out there and hasn't been doing very well. It's only an 80 on a composite rating. That's why I'm not buying it currently, but it's on my watch list. If it could go up to 90, then I'm going to be very interested in buying this. Currently, it's up just slightly at 45.21. Now, why is this a good stock? Well, here's what's going to happen. It's good technically, for one thing. As you can see, the technical chart looks very good. It's above the 40-day moving average. It's moving in the right direction. Always want to buy stocks as they're moving from the lower left-hand corner to the upper right-hand corner. It seems simple, but a lot of people won't do that. They will buy, quote-unquote, a bargain and then lose. So you don't want to do that. You always want to buy a good stock that's getting better, not a cheap stock that's getting worse. That's the worst thing you can do. So anyways, this CAN-SLIM stock is Cisco Systems, and everybody's heard of Cisco. And it's a great stock, but it is potentially here with the 5G thing, it is going to be a major supplier. Why? Because I do believe that Huawei, which is maker of a lot of 5G equipment, is not going to get a lot of the contracts in the West. And I think those are going to go to Cisco. It's only a hunch, but it looks to me that at least some of the traders out there seem to be thinking the same way, because Cisco seems to be strengthening. So there you go. What is your debate on Chipotle and Shopify? I love Shopify. I am not so high on Chipotle. Chipotle trades for almost $1,000 a share, which is a lot of money. They've never split their stock. But here's the thing about Chipotle. It's a restaurant. And not that I'm disliking restaurants. I'm not trying to diss on restaurants, but I just think they're in a weak position, because how hard it would it be to make a Chipotle-like thing out there? Very easy, I'm afraid. Now, Shopify is different. If as we know, everything is moving to the web. Everything is becoming electronic. Shopify is a powerhouse. Now, it's about $7.60 a share. It's pretty high. I think it's worth it, actually. Shopify is actually, I've had Shopify on the show several times. I think it's a tremendous stock, and it's not one to be looked at. But I would stay away from Chipotle, even though the traders love Chipotle. But here's the thing: I don't think they have a competitive advantage. I don't think they have a moat, and I do think that the numbers are very good. But I just don't see them having in a way to protect their position. Yes, they can grow a little bit more, but why not buy McDonald's, really? They're everywhere. So I am not high on Chipotle. And by the way, Chipotle, I think McDonald's has sold their stake in it, but for a long time, I bet 20% of their stock was owned by McDonald's. So here's the thing about Chipotle. Everybody likes it, but I am not a fan just because I don't like the business. If you're going to be in the restaurants at all, which I really don't like, I would be in. I'd be in the big leader. I'd be in McDonald's, and just because no matter what the market is, they can always figure out a way to sell something. So, and they have tremendous locations. Now, again, I am not in the restaurant sector. It's not a sector I like to trade, just because it's just too hard of a business. Now, on my screen, I'm going to show you a trade that I just made a few minutes ago, actually, before we went on the air. And this is a trade. It's kind of an expensive trade, so I don't know if I should show it to you, because you might get a little scared. You think, "Wow, that's kind of expensive," and it is. I mean, I paid this morning. I paid $825 a share for Tesla, but I was able to sell this very nice call. It's a Friday call, a May 29th call for 825. So you think, wow, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Here I am buying a stock for 825 and 53 cents, and I'm selling the right to it for 825. Why would I do that? That's ridiculous. Well, it's because that option was paying $17.19 for one contract, $1,719. So that's pretty good return. That's about a 2% return over 3 days. So there you go. Now, what do I have to do to collect that? Well, hopefully the stock stays at or above to 825. If it does, then they'll buy the stock from me and I'll be happy. And if not, if it goes down, well, I can still get to keep the premium. So I do think that might turn out to be a good trade. But that is, I just wanted to show you that trade, and it's on Periscope at pscp.tv/Dallas Trading Floor. Now, that is basically it for that. So that's my trade of the day. And I just want to show you my here are the addresses of basically where this is going to be: YouTube, of course, TikTok that you're on, and on Periscope. So great. I'm taking messages from the floor. Is it the correct stock market in a bubble? If yes, any thought and it might bust? Well, yes, it probably is in a bubble, but here's the thing. If you make money, does it matter where that comes from? Is it spendable? I think so. Yes, there is a lot of money. See, what's happened is that there's a lot of money that's come into the market. Absolutely. A ton of money's coming into the market. And it has to go somewhere. Well, where is it going to go? Well, one of the first places is going to go in the stock market. So it's going to be, good stocks are probably going to get better. So for right now, as strange as that sounds, it's strange as that sounds. There you go. It's once again going into the market. Now, the question is, you have to figure out a way, at least I do, and I can tell you, to take some of that money that's coming into the market and redirect it into your pocket. And that's what I'm all about here. So hopefully I can help you with that. But yes, I do think the market is pumped up. That's why my trades tend to be very short, like the trade on Tesla. It's only a 3-day trade. I bought it today, and hopefully by Friday I'll be out of the trade. Hopefully richer and hopefully not poorer. I'm hoping that. So I do think that you should keep your trades relatively short, and you should always set your stop losses. What do I mean by stop losses? You should always set, if you buy shares for $100, you should always set your stop losses at about $93 a share. Why? Because you want to preserve your capital, because you can't always be right on stocks. Sometimes you're wrong. I'm wrong many times. I've been wrong many times. And as the late great Jesse Livermore, and I don't know if you need to Google this name because it's tremendous. This is the guy that really was was probably the greatest stock trader ever. He always said, you got to pay your tuition. Well, you don't have to pay your tuition in the stock market if you set your stop losses properly. You'll pay a less of a tuition. The worst thing you can do is get into a stock and if it moves against you, say, well, I'll just move it down. I'll just cost average it. That's what they tell you on the air. They say, oh, yeah, you should do the cost averaging. Well, I know people that buy a stock at at $40. It goes down to 20. They double down, and then it goes down to 10, and then double down, and then they're sunk. Never do that. If the stock goes down 7 or 8%, get out and wait until it's a better time. Always remember that. In a stock market, one thing about the stock market, it's always changing, and there's always a place to make money in the stock market. That's the thing. You can make money as the stock market goes up or as it goes down. Right now, it's going up. It's a confirmed uptrend. That's why I always show you on the slide that slide. And that's a very important for me, is that I look at that before I do anything. I say, well, which way is the market going? Am I buying something that's ascending or descending? I try not to get on those down escalators if I can avoid it. So just a word out there. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I haven't. Oh, here we go. Hey, Jim. Yeah. Oh, Chipotle and Shopify, which is excellent. What's the website? Okay, okay. I think I answered that. And what happened to LVGO? Let me see if I can give you something on LVGO. All right. Go over here to a stock. Now, LVGO, what happened to LVGO today? Can you get a Periscope? Yes, thank you very much. I did, which I like. Let me click back to some ones I'm looking at right now. Click back. Yeah. All right. All right, let me go to the NASDAQ site and see if I can give you an answer on LVGO. So let me do that real quick. All right. LVGO. So I should have that for you here in a minute. Let me see if I can take another. Okay. Let's see. What's Carnival and David Buster's future? Wow, I wish I knew. Here's the thing about Carnival. I think cruises will come back. I really do. I really believe that they will. But why not make money now? I mean, I know that everybody wants to get on to get on the bandwagon, and they think, wow, Carnival's so cheap and they're a big company. Yes, they are, but they're cheap for a reason. And the reason is, at least for right now, people aren't booking cruises, and they have a very, very high, very high. Ooh, look at that. That is horrible. LVGO, this is Livongo Health. Yeah, it's down almost 7%. Wowee. That's a lot for I don't know what's going on with the stock. I'm not in the stock, so I couldn't tell you on that, but I don't know what's going on in the stock. It does not look good. Here's the thing. everybody will say, when the stock market starts to go, is getting dicey, they try to go to these quote unquote defensive names. Don't buy that. Don't buy that. It's not. I mean, yes, there's some great healthcare stocks out there, but always go with the companies, the growth companies. Why? Because the growth companies are the future. They are the future. So I do believe that. Oh, yep, there we go. PayPal filled the gap. Okay, yes, it did. Yes, it did. Anyways, so that's what I'm trying to say. So don't you know don't be lulled into the false sense of security that you're going to get with the stock that is a quote unquote defensive stock. Buy growth stocks. That's where you're going to make your money. So anyways, that's what I cover primarily here, and that's what I've been most successful with in my own trading career. It's been in growth stocks. So that's where I like to go. Now, I have some questions from Periscope, which I love. Any thoughts on okay, let me see so I can pull this up. Gosh, my connection is terrible today again. Ouch. Above the 200-day moving average, crash after that. This is a really good question. I do think, I am pulling in my I am going to a shorter horizon, because this is a very important on the S&P 500. This is a very, very important number. This is 300 this 200-day moving average, which is basically this 300 level, 300 about 305 on the spider. This is a very, very important level. If it moves beyond that, then we're definitely moving higher. If it meets resistance, which I do believe it may by the end of the week, then we're going to be moving down. So be careful in this. Do come back into the market, but keep your positions relatively short, and always keep your stop losses. Move your stop losses up, because we may be in a situation where it will reverse. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But there we go. That's the way it trades. Now, I'd like to talk to you a little bit more about PayPal. It's one of my favorite stocks. I'm currently not in. I'm looking for the right entry point. It is definitely in a buying range, and I do think it's going to go higher. I do think it's going to go higher. Now, can you take that to the bank? Not really, but I do believe that if you're looking to benefit as the economies reopen, we're going to see a lot of activity in stocks like PayPal. I think it's going to rally from here, because it's at a key level, just like Facebook was prior, just about a week ago. That's when I went heavily into Facebook. I think we're at a key level on PayPal, and I think we could be seeing some really nice action on it in the near future. And of course, it's about 147, and it's going to fill the gap. I do think that we're going to see some better action on it. There we go. Yeah, I am bearish on the market for now. Market is playing my recession playbook exactly. You know what? I think you're right, market trader. I am a bit bearish. I mean, I do think we're gonna see the market hit some resistance, and we're coming to that. But here's the thing about being too bearish when the market is a confirmed uptrend like it is now. This is a good way, unfortunately. I do think you're right, by the way. I do, because I don't think that we factored in all of this unemployment numbers and all those kind of things. I do think that, we're going to see more of that. But right now, it's not a good time to play it short because a lot of shorts are going to get taken out in this. Wait a little bit until we're in more of a confirmed downtrend, which I do believe will start to happen as we come a little, several months from now, as it becomes apparent how many people have how little cash. I mean, I think that's what's going to happen. So I do believe that you are right about a lot of this. I do think I am a little bearish on the market, but don't short the market now. It's not a good time to short, just because I do believe that there are a lot of other people that are bearish, and I think that you're going to get some short squeezes. Now, what do I mean by short squeeze? Well, here's the thing: when you short the market, you got to be a little bit careful, because if there's too much sentiment against it, you will get these massive upticks, and that's what they call a short squeeze. Is basically shorts that are covering their positions. So you got to be careful. Should I wait for the market to go down again? Well, here's the thing. That's a $64,000 question. When to buy, right? Here's how I buy. I wait for a chart pattern that I think is optimal. For instance, there was a very good opportunity in Facebook last week. I went in pretty heavily on Facebook. I've sold off some of my positions, but I do believe that Facebook, it reached a point. Now there are indications that we're going to see some follow-on action in PayPal. That's the reason I put it up as a slide. I'm currently not in the issue, but I'm looking to see for the right entry point. I do believe that we're going to be good there. Also, a week ago, I was in, and I still am, in NVIDIA, which I think is also an excellent stock, but it's down today. It's down today, but I've sold 2 options against it, and I've already collected on those, so I'm pretty pleased with that. Do you have any courses? Well, you know what? I don't currently do any live training because of my technical issues here, but I'm getting better equipment. So just for you to know there. But I am starting to make some courses on how you can trade just like me, and I'm just a regular guy. I mean, I'm just a normal guy that trades. I used to work for a living, and I kind of still do, but just at this really. And I started to make as much or more money than on my trading than I was making in a job, and I was fairly well paid. So I just figured, well, why not just do some trading and hopefully share it with people. And I'm going to be making some courses, and I'm going to start out with some really short courses on Udemy, hopefully, and and seeing if I can get an alert letter going. I'm just trying to get the technical stuff down, so I apologize for my technical glitches. I had one of my tripods just break off right as we were going on the air, so I apologize for that. Here we go. Let's see. I have a question on Periscope, which I'm getting great response on, by the way. I really like Periscope, but the problem with Periscope is that I can't put up, I can't seem to schedule on that properly. Anyways, I'm trying to learn the software on it, but it's help. This is the best. Oh, hey Jim, what's a 401k, Roth, and an ISA? Well, let me just give you an idea. Well, of course, a 401k is a plan that is offered by many employers. It's basically supposed to replace the old pension plans, the old defined benefit pension plans. But what it is that you contribute into it, and sometimes you get a match by your employer if you're really lucky, if you're in a great company, and then it's typically you can invest it in various vehicles, but typically you're limited on that. It's the ones that your employer says that you can invest in. Usually they're mutual funds. Fidelity absolutely dominates this area, but what's happening is a lot of people, when they leave companies, they take the 401k and they turn it over into an IRA, an individual retirement account. They move it over into IRA, and with an IRA you can invest it, but you can't invest it in everything. Unfortunately, some of the option plays that I'm showing you cannot be done in an IRA. They're just not allowed. But the covered call play that I showed you today on Tesla is allowed. Okay, you can't use the spreads and straddles and things like that, but you can do covered call plays, and that's a great way to make income in your 401k or in your tax-free accounts. The ISA is just an individual savings account. So there are many ways to go on that. If you have just a little bit of capital, maybe $10,000 or $20,000, even if you have less than that, here's the thing: up to about $10,000, you want to keep your capital as safe as possible. I would recommend going into the broad index products like the QQQ until you get your trading stake. Then I would start doing covered calls, because you can, believe me, you can make easily more than 20% a year or more return doing covered calls. Now I know you're going to say, why is that? Why am I only getting less than 1% in my account? And why, when I put it into the Fidelity, I only get, I get 1 or 2%, or dividends are 3%, because they're taking the rest of your money to a large extent. So you need to learn how to do these covered call trades in your IRAs, because if not, it's going to take you forever to save any money, because you just won't get the gains. Just my opinion. How much do you need to have a 300 day realistic? Well, it just depends. I mean, I can. If you're trading, with leverage, you can actually you can easily do $300 a day. Now, you won't get it every day. Some days will be good, some days will be bad. The key is cutting your losses. So, and here's the thing: I don't day trade really. I do what they call swing trading. I'm looking for 3, 6, 9 day trades, and typically they're trades like that. So that's what I'm looking for, and you can definitely do it. I I've done it for years. I've made that much money a day. Not to be, not to be a, braggadocio or anything like that, but yeah, I mean, it's not as hard to do as you think it is. It's a lot harder to be a good engineer than it is to be a good stock trader. Always remember that. What do you think of Gill Apparel and Cody? Don't like them, and here's why. I don't really. Here's the thing: I like growth stocks. I'll be just absolutely blunt with you. I would rather invest in something like a Dropbox than a Cody, because a Dropbox is changing the world. I mean, you may not think so, but it is. A Slack is changing the world. Those are the kind of stocks you want to look at, because we're moving towards a digital economy. And in this digital economy, there are many things that are just going to be used by everybody. Do you have a Dropbox account? Do you have a PayPal account? I certainly do. I use them all the time, and they're great. And those are the kind of stuff. Now, there's nothing wrong with Cody, but Cody basically sells the same thing that Estee Lauder sells, that You could go down to the drugstore and there's a million different ones. And you know, if your target market is 14-year-old girls, you're going to do great. But the thing about it is,